Hi everyone, welcome back. If you're new, hi, I'm Jody. I'm really glad that you're here today. And depending on when you're watching this, I like to post videos on Friday because I know for me, I just need to ease myself into the weekend and I want something that that entertains me and I don't have to think too hard about it. So I think that's why I like to post a video on Friday so that you guys can just go into your weekend just fresh and somewhat enthused about your makeup looks or what's going on in the beauty industry, but also nothing too heavy, right? Like we don't need anything heavy right now, especially with the elections coming up. I just feel like it's just, so much. Consider this aromatherapy for the beauty lover. We're gonna talk about latest beauty products, some really cool products and collabs I wanna share with you today, and also some news on what's happening in the world of Ulta and their growth strategy, which I think is really interesting and wanna get your guys' take on that. And then at the end, I'm gonna share with you, I'm actually doing this with my fingers because I'm super excited about it. It just screams luxury. It's Chanel's exclusive pop-up at Harrods in London. I did not go see it, but I have beautiful, stunning pictures, so I'm gonna just walk you guys through Fantasyland Chanel style at the end of this video. So if you're ready to jump into everything that's going on in beauty and some new beauty products, let's just get into it. All right, one of the first things is Sephora and Ulta, we know they go head to head, kind of vying for your business. And Ulta has come out with their new growth strategy for 2024 through 2026, primarily because the proximity of Sephora in Kohl's has had somewhat of an impact on their business, according to Dave Kimball, the CEO of Ulta's financial statements that he said at the end of their Q2 earnings. Now, remember, while Sephora has their standalone retail stores and online, Sephora also sells in Kohl's stores, which oftentimes are in close proximity to an Ulta store. On the other side, Ulta sells at retail stores, as we know, and online, and they sell their Ulta products, their Ulta branded products, inside of Target. The US beauty market has remained very strong throughout the year, and Ulta has recently reported that for their fiscal year 2024, they are on track to do $11 to $11.2 billion, which depending on where that comes in, it will either be flat results or a 2% decline year over year. Ulta indicates part of their reason for the decline is the competition. And by competition, they drill down even farther and indicate that part of that competition is coming from the Kohl's stores, which are in close proximity to Ulta, having the Sephora brand. The difference for me is that Ulta offers the mass or the drugstore beauty, so it's easy to go in and pick up whatever you're looking for on whichever price point you're looking for, whereas Sephora, it doesn't offer the drugstore brands, and neither does Kohl's, so you don't quite get that same experience. Ulta has released their growth strategy. It's a three-pronged approach. One being building on customer loyalty, where they hope their loyalty program will have over 50 million participants by 2028. Within the loyalty strategy, they also hope to have more exclusive products, new emerging and existing brand partnerships, and an expansion to the Ulta Beauty collection. Now, in terms of their loyalty program, the Ulta loyalty program does earn you more points per dollar than Sephora Beauty Insider. The Sephora Beauty Insider is $1 equals 1 point, and then of course there are tiers based on how much you spend. The Ultimate Beauty program, which is Ulta's program, gives you more points for your dollar spent based on your tiers. For example, a platinum member within the Ulta program, and you have to spend $500 a year to be platinum, you get 1.25 points for every dollar spent. If you reach diamond status, to do that, you would have needed to spend over $1,200 at Ulta. You get 1.5 points for every dollar spent. So the points program does add up faster in the Ulta program. I still find it somewhat cumbersome. I feel like when I go to check out at Sephora, it's just a different experience with the points than it is, I think maybe because they have the little free things up front and it says, you have so many points, would you like to pick something today? I like that. I rarely do that, but I like having that option. And I think if Ulta was to incorporate more of an experience for the shopper at the Ulta store, I would find it more enjoyable. What do you guys think? I like the variety at Ulta for sure, but I do struggle with, if I'm gonna buy something on the luxury side, I usually will think to go to Sephora first, then I will to Ulta, although Ulta probably has it 9 times out of 10 depending on the brand. So I don't know, I kind of go back and forth. I prefer shopping At Sephora now that Sephora has had their whole let's re-clean everything, because a year ago it seemed like everything in Sephora was picked through and touched. I feel like they've really cleaned up, at least they have in that local area where I shop, cleaned up their stores. So I just find it a pleasant experience. I like that when you first walk into Sephora, somebody greets you and hands you the little basket if you want one, ask you if there's something that you're looking for. I just find that you're able to kind of submerge yourself in the Sephora experience when you go in there to go shopping, I find. Where when I go into Ulta, it feels a little, maybe it's all the bright lights, it just feels a little colder, a little more warehousey than Sephora. Let me know what you guys think. Am I being too picky about how I shop? I don't know. And it's not a big enough difference for me to go to one versus the other. I do know that if I'm looking for a brand and I'm looking for one brand and they both have it, I tend to go to Sephora, even though the point system isn't as good. So are you team Ulta or are you team Sephora? Let me know in the comments below. The other part of the Ulta plan is a growth strategy in terms of stores. Ulta plans to put in 60 to 65 new stores between fiscal year 2024, which is July of 24 until June of 2025. So we can look for a lot more stores. Now, Ulta's long-term plan is to have over 1,800 stores. So point of comparison, I was curious. Right now in the US, Ulta has 1,385 stores and Sephora has 1,638. Both of those dates were as of August 30th, which is the latest I could find data. So Ulta may have a few more stores by then. So don't quote me on that, but those numbers are pretty close. And the third prong to their growth strategy is a share repurchase plan where the board of directors just approved a new share authorization of $3 billion. I really find that stuff interesting, of the business of beauty, like what's going on behind the beauty counter when we first go walk in the store. Like, how are things being decided? Why are things created the way they are? Why are these partnerships within a Kohl's, for example, so important to Sephora and so detrimental to Ulta? I love the way the beauty industry works. Maybe that's my business background, but I find them interesting. And I know the last few times I've done these videos, you guys have said you've enjoyed them as well. So I'm glad, because I love doing them for you. So I love sharing this information. You probably heard by now the controversy behind the Bath & Body Works candle Snowed In. It has now been pulled from the shelves. And Bath & Body Works have come out with a statement. If you're not familiar, the candle Snowed In was recently released by Bath & Body Works and quickly came under fire for the look of this candle wrap. You can take a look at it and decide for yourself what you think it looks like or doesn't look like. Regardless, it received a lot of backlash, and Bath & Body Works has now pulled this candle from the shelf and issued the following statement. At Bath & Body Works, we are committed to listening to our teams and customers and committed to fixing any mistakes we make, even those that are unintentional like this one. We apologize to anyone we've offended and are swiftly working to have this item removed, and we are evaluating our processes going forward. The candles have been pulled from store shelves but are available on eBay for $375. Let's transition into some fun new beauty products, and then we'll wrap up with that beautiful holiday pop-up by Chanel. The K skincare brand I Do Care is available in Walgreens nationwide starting this month. It's gonna be available in 1,600 stores and online. Some of their most popular products are Let's Get Sheet Faced and Cake My Day Wash Off Mask. You know how I feel about the brands that have these crazy names. And if it's targeted towards kids or Gen Z, which that's still that 15 to 16-year-old, to have a brand called Let's Get Sheet Faced, it's cute. It's a play on words. I get it. I just don't like the indication of what that means. But that's just me probably being a prude. What do you guys think? Merit Beauty, which is a brand that I've talked about here on the channel before. I love their blush. My bonus daughter really loves their blush in Beverly Hills. They are now in the fragrance market with their debut fragrance called Retrospect, selling for $92. The launch comes after a 2022 survey found that Merit Beauty shoppers wanted to see more than just cosmetics from this brand, with fragrance as the most prominent request. From now until November 12th, Benefit Cosmetics is including a free Benefit charm on orders over $50 at Ulta and on TikTok Shop. The charm is said to include a case including a branded icon charm of hearts and flowers. And spending $50 at the benefit counter at Ulta is not that hard to do these days. That's like one eyebrow pencil and some bronzer. CosRx has come out with a new product. This is their 2 Skin Discoloration Serum. It's selling for $25. And it said that it was formulated to encourage faster spot healing. The product soothes and hydrates irritated skin, quickly absorbing with a non-sticky feel. I'm a fan of the CosRx Snail Serum, so I might try this because I do have some darker spots, especially on the back of my hands, that I would not mind getting rid of if that worked. Stepping up to a price point of $150, Goop Beauty has a new serum out. It is said to be a clean retinol serum that combines 3 different retinoids: generative retinoid, encapsulated retinol with an A, and encapsulated retinol with an O, with a complex that soothes and supports the skin barrier without interfering with the retinol's efficacy. I can't think of a certain product that I have tried from the Goop brand. Have you guys tried any? If so, let me know in the comments. For no reason, I don't think, other than I just haven't found a product that they sell that I haven't found a product that someone else sells that I like better. I think that's the only real reason. Would you spend $150 for a serum? I would if I knew it worked. If I had an influencer that I believed and trusted and they said, yes, these are the results that I got, yeah, then I would probably give it a try. All right, you guys, let's take a look at the new pop-up by Chanel at Harrods. I love sharing holiday pop-ups with you guys and advent calendars. It's just such a chance to submerge yourself in luxury without leaving the comfort of your house in your own sweatpants, right? Or spending any money. You can just be like, oh, that looks beautiful. So the point of this pop-up is to show Chanel's holiday collection, and Harrods, which is a very famous, beautiful department store in London, will be the only one able to showcase Chanel's holiday collection up until October 24th. And they are showing it in this grand way. Some of the products that will be in this holiday collection, however, that you'll be able to see other places, is a snow-covered Chanel No. 5 fragrance and the gift set of the refillable 31 Le Rouge lipstick collection. The Magical House of Chanel pop-up is inspired by the fantasy of a dollhouse and features branded AI snow-filtered opportunities with complimentary photographs in front of a statement fireplace. It's interesting how more and more pop-ups are creating areas of their pop-up for the ultimate selfie, so selfies can be shared. I mean, it's just such a smart marketing ploy. The amount of time and money and effort that go into these pop-ups, knowing that if you get the right background, then people will be taking selfies and sharing them, and then it will just, you don't have to spend a lot on marketing. You can spend all your money on this pop-up and the people will do the marketing for you. It's amazing how social media has changed the way brands market anymore. I just find it interesting, and I like it because it's not branding for one brand, goes out everywhere. It's the people and the influencers that you like, you must have similar interests to them. So whatever they're sharing with you, it's more targeted towards you, towards what you like, versus being bombarded with ads and stuff all the time that only 5% are really relative and relatable to you in your life right now. I think the way, I mean, commercials are a great example. We used to have 3 or 4 channels and we were all sitting as a family watching the same commercial. And that commercial may hit home with one member of the family, but never did every commercial hit home with every member of the family watching that 30 seconds. But now we're all scrolling on our phone. I mean, scrolling is the new channel surfing, and the ads that we're seeing are so relatable and targeted just to us. I mean, commercials aren't just for getting up and going to get something out of the kitchen anymore, because the commercial is probably something that you want to see because it's been so finely tuned, cookies driven, so that it's just for what you want to see. It's fascinating. I just think it's, where will this lead us in, 10 years from now? What will it be like? I can only imagine. I can't even imagine. My brain doesn't even work that way. I can't even conceptually understand what life will be like in 10 years with things moving as fast as they are with AI. But this isn't AI, this is really me. In fact, it's me because I told you guys I was gonna get my hair darkened the other day, and I did. We didn't go as dark as I thought we would, and for all the right reasons. I mean, we don't want to scare myself and go too dark, but there's definitely some darkness in there, and it's a very lived-in, fun look, and I love it. So, had to do something different. You know that rut when you get into a rut and you're like, I just need to do something different? this was my something different. And next time I might go a little darker and a little darker, who knows? That's the great thing about hair, makeup. You can play with it, you can change it. You're never stuck with it if you don't like it. That does it for me today, you guys. I hope you did like this video. If so, please give it a thumbs up and share it with anybody that you think might like it. And of course, comment, because I love interacting with you guys. I really spend my mornings having coffee, responding to comments. It's just the best way to start my day. So thank you for being a part of my day as well. I'll see you guys in just a couple days. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.